What's happening? What's happening, man? For anybody that's tuning in on the replay and do not know who I am, my name is Timothy Lee Rogers Sr. I like to jump on Al Gore's internet and share my thoughts. Share my thoughts. I like to jump on Al Gore's internet and share my thoughts. Well, Tim, why you jumping on Al Gore's internet today and sharing your thoughts on a Saturday when the market ain't open and the market don't trade and we could be out hanging out with our families? I'm glad you asked that question, little Timmy Rogers. And if you pull up on YouTube, you'll be able to see. Well, Tim, I don't feel like getting on YouTube. Well, you don't want to hear my thoughts, little Timmy Rogers. Man, um, I know the first thing people want to somebody said we can't see the live videos. I know you can't see the live videos because the live videos I only got a select group of people. Let me address that first. I'm gonna address that first. The why everybody can't see the live videos. Everybody, what's up, Kashaya? Kashaya in the building. What's going on? My Canadian cousin. My Canadian cousin. Hey, Playboy Trey in the building. What's going on, man? Hey, let me stop getting distracted by the comments and talk for a minute. Um, the reason why everybody can't see the live video, if y'all weren't privy to the debauchery, there was a lot of debauchery afoot back around Juneteenth slash Father's Day slash my vacation. There was a lot of debauchery amiss. There was some debauchery afoot. There was a lot going on Al Gore's internet. I'm gonna pull up my screen in a minute and I'm gonna share my thoughts. If y'all didn't see the thumbnail, I said inside the mind of little Timmy Rogers. That's what we gonna be doing. So if you wanna see the screen, pull up on YouTube. If you don't want to see the screen, stay on IG and just listen. But it did video. I said I was gonna start looking at the comments, but hey, hey, got it. However you say that right now, you just got somebody kicked out of the live group. I'm gonna put you in the live group just for that comment right there. Now getting back to what I was saying, the live group, I'm doing the price action recaps and the overnight action reviews with a small group of people. I went through IG and I tried to pick out. Oh yeah, the debauchery. I was talking about the debauchery that was afoot on Father's Day slash Juneteenth slash my vacation. Whole lot of stuff went down. It's a lot of unrest. There's a lot of back and forth. There's a lot of taking advantage of. There's a lot of feeling taken advantage of. There's a lot of disregard for people's feelings. There's a lot of scammery. There's a lot of everything going on within my family, and I was trying to let my family handle it. You know what I'm saying? Off Al Gore's internet, but it spilled onto Al Gore's internet, and I addressed my part in it. I took my responsibility in it, and people started to attack me. And I said I was never doing Tim's tidbit again. And because of my beautiful wife, because of a few day one cousins who reached out to me and you know what I'm saying, reminded me of, you know what I'm saying, my commitment with God. I said, okay, I need to take a different approach. I need to continue doing what I'm doing, but I gotta protect my peace. So I went on Instagram and I put together a group, right? And I started adding all of the people that I knew off top, like Here to Learn and Share, like O100, Red, Kashaya, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, man. I just started going through the names that I know. Just start put Trinisha, everybody. I don't want to start calling names, forget right now, but I was going through all the names that I know. Everybody who YouTube name the same as their Instagram name, or everybody who Instagram name I already knew. And then once I got up to like 32 people or 31 other people besides myself, Instagram said, um, oh yeah, Zay, I took you out because I'm just going I got you. I took you out because you don't need to be in the group. You don't need to be in the group, Zay. Go on YouTube and stop catching my attention on IG, Zay. You ain't got to be in the group. I got you. So it's like I ain't gonna be sending out 500 DMs. So I tried to put together just a group where I could send out one message and say, you know what I'm saying, y'all pull up. These the day ones, these the ones that ain't gonna be, you know what I'm saying, in the comments with foolishness outside of the jokes. Y'all know I like the jokes, right? So those the ones that was in the group. And when IG stopped me, I said, okay, that's all that's meant to be there right now. So what I told people to do is when they pulling up on the live, make sure you put something in there so I can see the people who actually pulling up on the live. And then if it's other cousins that want to pull up on the live, you know what I'm saying, I just start rotating people out for the people who actually on the live, engaging, asking questions, because it's all about, you know what I'm saying, iron sharpen iron. It ain't just about an elite list. It ain't about, oh, I'm in the end club now. I started out with the day ones, the ones that were supporting from the giddy up, and went as far as IG will let me know. Let me go. Went as far as IG will let me go. So, you know what I'm saying? If you get taken out, ain't no hard feelings. It's just that, you know what I'm saying, it might be other cousins that might do more interacting. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, yeah, like people that I consider like family almost. You know what I'm saying? I got them. You know what I'm saying? I got them. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? If you got my phone number, you know what I'm saying? I probably shoot you a text. I'm about to jump on, pull up. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's just for like the mass majority of the internet. That's why I said that long-winded thing just to say, cause somebody said we can't see the lives. Brittany, is your IG Brittany? Is it the same? See, y'all just like Lil Hawk. Look, I was looking for Lil Hawk, and Lil Hawk, his IG, I can't remember what his IG. He hit me up and was like, "Hey, this Lil Hawk." I'm like, man, I've been looking for you all day. Like, get your IG and your YouTube name together. Hey, man, but what I want to do today, besides address the elephant in the room, I just addressed the elephant in the room. What I want to do today, you know what I'm saying? I'm bored. You know what I'm saying? My wife got a lot going on. She's stressed out at work, so she relaxing her mental. So I'm letting her relax in the bed. And I ain't gonna go in there and watch the Umbrella Academy laying in the bed. I'm letting her unwind and do her thing and lay in the bed and unwind, do her thing. So I said, man, let me Flawless Imp, I got you. Oh, you know what? I put the wrong person in there. I think I put flawless but perfect. I think I put flawless but perfect. I was looking for flawless something, and I think I put you in there. I kicked somebody out. I put you in there. I think I put flawless but perfect. Anyway, what I want to do, I want to get on the internet today. You said a spa day? Nah, she ain't getting no. You gave yours a spa day. I ain't giving her. Oh, you said might as well give her a spa day. Nah, I ain't giving her no spa day. Ain't nobody gonna be rubbing on my sweetie feet but me. Them just jokes. It was just jokes. My wife, my sugar mama, man, I ain't got no job. She tell me what to do, man. She the breadwinner. All I do is cook and clean. Cook, clean, and watch the kids, man. She the breadwinner. Y'all stop distracting me, man. Look here. What I want to do, I want to get on the internet today, man, and I want to like break down my thoughts because I understand, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna act like I got no huge platform. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody really watching me. I'm just a dude from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, man. Ain't nobody really watching me. But when cousins reach out to me and ask questions, even though, you know what I'm saying, the select group of live is like limited to a certain amount of people, I still try to, you know what I'm saying, do it and put the videos out for the people who want to go back and watch it. You know what I'm saying? Cause for me, it ain't never been about no money for me. It ain't never been about no views for me. Matter of fact, I started doing it on IG, and the cousins was like, man, you need to do it on YouTube so you can get paid. Da 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 da. It ain't never been about that right there for me, man. I ain't got my glasses. So if y'all putting comments on IG, y'all pull up on YouTube so I can see the comments, man. Um, um, what I about to say? Little Timmy about to show. Y'all stop. Let me close the comments, man. Oh, my sweetie over there now. I'm gonna close the comments so y'all stop distracting me, man. So what I want to do, man, I want to get on the internet for like it, cause it was a cousin that reached out to me. It was like, hey, Tim, during the debauchery, they was like, hey, Tim, I just got turned on to you, man, and I really hate to see the live videos go. So, you know what I'm saying? If you could tell me how to learn how to read price action like you, and I told him, I said, man, go to ICT, man. ICT, you know what I'm saying? 99% of what I trade these days, I was looking like crazy for the lie. Yes, I understand now. Okay, 99% of what I trade these days be I see. Hey, man, that's all I trade these days. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no harm, no foul to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to homie Jason Sweetie. That's who taught me how to trade futures. You know what I'm saying? If you want to learn how to trade futures, shout out to the homegirl Briscoe. If I ain't mistaken, I think Briscoe teach futures. I know the homie P Dub do one-on-ones for like futures trading. The homie P Dub from P Dub Consulting. I think Briscoe teach it. Jason Sweetie teach it. That's who taught me how to trade futures. I even got an affiliate link for Jason Sweetie course in my thing. People be like, why you don't be promoting your affiliate link? Cause I'm all about doing stuff for the free 99. If you want an organized course that's gonna teach you futures from A to Z, yeah, you click on that link down there wherever it is and sign up for Jason course and learn it in a structured manner. You can go to the homegirl Briscoe website and sign. I think Briscoe teach it. I don't know if Draco teach it. I don't think Draco teach. Do Larry teach? Somebody put in the chat. Do Larry teach futures? I know Larry. You got JD Trey, Larry, Boyd, Doc, the A Squad people. They trade live. The homie Stock Baby. He got Freedomville. He teach stuff like, well, I don't know. He ain't got no structured course, but he got a Discord. But structured courses, I know for a fact, Briscoe and Jason Sweeten do structured courses, right? But I just get on the internet and I share my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? I get on the internet, I share my thoughts because I'm big on the why behind everything. When I was a kid, you know, you guys, my mama, I was always big on the why behind it. But why? But why I got to tie my shoe like this? But why I got to put my belt on like this? But why I got to do that? I always need to know the why. I need to know the why. You feel me? So when the cousin was like, you know what I'm saying, can you teach? I can't teach you how to see it like I see it. I can just explain how I see it. So that's what I'm getting on here today for, man. I'm getting on here today just to kind of explain in more of a simpler way of, because I take advantage that if you on here and you watching me, hey Spotleen, how you doing, baby? Y'all know I got to sing the Spotleen every time I pull up, right? And anybody who don't know who Spotleen, that's some of my lingo. If you can get a one-on-one class with what I said, put that back up, baby. What Playboy Trey said? You get a one-on-one class with the unknown trader. Yeah, that's Larry. That's Larry, the unknown trader. You can get a one-on-one. He said I don't teach futures. Do you do one-on-ones, Larry? I know P-Dub do one-on-ones. I don't know. Larry a great trader, man. Just stick around and watch that dude. You'll learn something. But how I see stuff, man. I'm just gonna break down how I see it. Shout out ICT. I give credit where credit is due. If you don't know who ICT is, it's a dude named Michael. I guess I like him because he kind of think like me sometimes. Talk about 10-4 hat. That's my financial advisor. Michael, here right here. His thing is inner circle trader. You know what I'm saying? He done did this nice little 2022 mentorship. You know what I'm saying? Right here, this ICT, he done with the mentorship. It's done. He got 40 videos in there. He just started that for 2022. It's in a nice little neat bow. If you want to learn exactly how I trade, go look at this 2022 mentorship. It's all in a nice little neat bow. Before he did this 22 mentorship, I had to go back through all these other videos right here and just piece it together. And I'm talking about it was all over the place. You talk about had to sit through some long dove videos to get all the nuggets he put in these 40 videos right here. I had to pick it out through all these videos over here. You know what I'm saying? But that really helped. That really helped me. And shout out to homie P-Dub. When P-Dub started breaking down the stuff that I was getting through all these videos right over here, all this confusing stuff, talk about Forex, talk about sniper entries, talk about pattern recognition, man, it's all in this 2022 mentorship right here, right? But let's talk about how little Timmy Rogers see it, right? When I be saying stuff like, when I say stuff like people hear me saying fair value gaps, right? A fair value, like this box right here, I marked this on Spotleen, like a fair value gap is a term that I got from ICT. Fair value gap is a term I got from ICT. People like Jason Sweetie call it a gap. He just called it a gap, right? He called it a gap trade. You know what I'm saying? And the fair value, when I say fair value gap, I'm talking about a 3-bar pattern where bar 1 and 3 don't share price, right? And see, I got this. Let's go to the monthly chart so I can show exactly why I marked this right here, right? So on a monthly chart, right now we talk about what fair value gap is, a term that I learned from ICT. So on the monthly chart, right, this right here, how you get, that ain't what I want. Give me some, I guess it is what I want. One. Oh, where did it go? Oh, where did it go? How do I make it stay in front? Visual order. Bring to front. Boom. 1. Copy. 2. Copy. 3. Right? 3. Right? So you got bar 1, candle 1, candle 2, candle 3, right? Candle 1, the wick of candle 1. I don't know if y'all can see the wicks all that good. And try to blow it up a little bit. The wick. Let me hide my what's the name real quick. Okay, so the wick of candle 1. I don't know if y'all can see it real good. The wick of candle 1 is up to the high is 354.02, right? Candle 2, right? Candle 2, then candle 3. The lower wick of candle 3 is at 362.03, meaning there's no overlap between candle 3 and candle 1, yielding a fair value gap. That's what a fair value gap is. When you hear me talk about a fair value gap, that's what I'm referring to. A 3 candle pattern, 1, 2, 3. It can be up or down, but candle 1 and candle 3, candle 1 gonna always be the candle to the left, candle 3 gonna be the candle to the right. Right? 1, 2, 3, from left to right. How you read? 1, 2, 3. It can be up or it can be down. Right? That's a fair value gap, right? If you ever hear me say a full gap up or a full gap down, right? I'm talking about 2 candles where they don't share no price, right? When I say a full gap up or a full gap down, I'm talking about 2 candles where they don't share no price. Let me go back to my daily. Let me go back to my, move these over here where I need them. I'm going to use these later on. Might use them later on. I might not need that 3. Where my mouse? Come here, mouse. I might need a new mouse too. Right? Let me go over here to my daily. See if I can find a full. I know it's a full gap. Cause we had one. I can show you a weekly full gap. Cause I know we just had one. Right here. This is a full gap. 2 candle pattern. Full gap down. It can be a full gap up. See this right here? Full gap. We got a full gap in between there. Candle 1, candle 2, don't share price right there. Whenever you hear me say a full gap up, that mean, or a full gap down, that mean it's 2 candles where when the next candle opened, they didn't overlap in price at all. Just sharing the thoughts of Timmy Rogers, sharing my lingo, right? For the cousin was like, hey, well, how can I learn to read price action like you? ICT is where you can learn to read it. Now I just say, hey, I'm gonna jump on Al Gore's internet and share my thoughts, right? And then you can also have gap ups and gap downs, right? A gap up and a gap down. If you hear me say a full gap up, there's a visual space in between the 2 candles. If you hear me say fair value gap, it's a 3-bar pattern where bar 1 and 3 don't overlap in price, don't share price, aka imbalance, whatever you want to call it, right? So then if you just hear me say something about a gap up, now a gap up or a gap down, this right here is a gap up where it's a 2 candle pattern where candle 1 and candle 2 don't open at the same price, but they overlap. The candles overlap, meaning candle 1 closed down here, candle 2 closed up here. That's a gap up, but it's not a full gap up. Are these the correct terms? I don't know. This just how little Timmy Rogers see it. So if it don't line up with Investopedia, y'all know what I'm about to say. Here we go. So that's a gap up, and you can have a gap down. You know what I'm saying? Like right here, that's a gap down right over here. Candle 1, candle 2, right there. Candle 1 closed here, candle 2 open there. That's a gap down. That's a weekly gap down, a weekly full gap, a weekly fair value gap. We got all of them right there together. Look at that. So we got a weekly gap down. This week closed here. This week open there. Weekly gap down. A weekly full gap. This week closed here. This week over here, it gapped down and it never came back. So that's a full gap. And then we got a weekly fair value gap right there. Because you got 1, 2, 3. I ain't got the number 3 over here no more. I thought I had it. Did I have a 3? What did I do with the 3? Did I delete the 3? I guess I deleted the 3. And then count the 3 right there. Count the 3 right there. Boom. So there you go. So we got gap down, right? We got a gap down here, close there, open here. We got a weekly gap up here, close there, open there. So we got a gap down, we got a gap up, we got a full gap down, and we got a weekly fair value gap, all in the same spot right there. Those are all the different kinds of gaps that you will hear me talking about. Those the lingos I learned. I learned fair value gap from ICT. The other gap terms is just stuff I collected from reading Wikipedia. So if the definition don't line up exactly like Wikipedia, hey, it is what it is. It makes sense in my mind. Oh, shout out Larry with the super chat, man. I appreciate you, Larry. That's the Larry I was talking about right there. That's the Larry I was talking about right there, y'all. He's an amazing trader. Just get around that man and you're gonna learn a lot. He old and grumpy like me, so you got to you got to be prepared for it. He an old grumpy man like me. So matter of fact, me and Larry fun to make grumpy old traders. Y'all remember that movie Grumpy Old Men? Back in the day, we fun to make grumpy old traders. It's gonna be a reality show. Hey man, stop get off my live, man. You distracted me. I can't remember what I was about to say now. Okay, that was I was talking about gaps, fair value gaps. All right, so now some other stuff that I be saying, right? Get off my grass. Some other stuff I be talking about. Swing lows and swing highs. I learned that from ICT too. When you hear me talk about swing lows and swing highs, that's another 3-candle pattern, right? Let me move all this stuff out my way. Sorry, Spyleen, for undressing you like that in front of all these people, right? Swing lows and swing highs. It's another 3-candle pattern, right? Let's go with the swing high first, right? So a swing high is a 3-candle pattern, 1, 2, 3, where the high of the candle, the high of the middle candle has a lower high to the left and a lower high to the right. That's a swing high, right? Just imagine when you imagine swing high, just imagine that you're jumping a hurdle. When you're running and you get ready to jump a hurdle, when you plant your one foot, right? You plant on one. On two, you kick that leg up and you jump. And on 3, you land on the other side. Just imagine jumping a hurdle for swing high. And you want to jump high. You want to jump high because you're trying to jump over that hurdle. Candle 1 trying to jump over candle 2. And it's going to be like that. That's a swing high. And if it help you when you make that noise, go when you look at it, go just like that. Y'all can't see that wick because it keep disappearing. Right. Let me get right. Right. Where the wick? Right there. Right, see that wick right there in the middle right there? Make that noise. When you think about swing high, a swing high is a 3-candle pattern where the middle candle has a lower high to the left and a lower high to the right. It can be way down here. It can be real close to it. It could be just long as the middle candle is up like that. That's the swing high, right? Swing low is a 3-candle pattern where the candle in the middle come here, the candle in the middle, the low of the candle has a higher low to the left and a higher low to the right, right? So candle 1, they ain't even got no wick, but candle 1, that's the low. Candle 2, that's the low. Candle 3, that's the low. And so just like imagine on the swing low, like a swing. When you on the swing, you know what I'm saying? And you swing, zip, like that right there. When you swing it on the swing, when you coming forward, that's it. Swing low. Swing low. It's going to go and make that sound. That's the swing low. The number 2 candle got a higher low to the right, higher low to the left, right? Just imagine like up like that. Up, down. The swing high, point up. The swing low, point down. Just think about it like that, if that help you out. That's a swing low. That's a swing high. That's something I learned from ICT too. Learned that straight from ICT. Never heard of swing low, swing high until he said it. I don't know if he made it up, but that's where I got it from, so that's who I give the credit to. What else I be talking about? Okay. Breaking structure. Breaking structure, right? Breaking structure, shifting sentiment. You might hear me saying stuff like that. You might hear me say breaking structure. You might hear me say shifting sentiment. You might hear me say all kind of stuff like that. Breaking structure and shifting sentiment, they kind of they closely related to me, and like a lot of times I use them. Is the word synonymous? Is that the right word? Somebody help me out. I use them, you know what I'm saying, in conjunction or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They different. Um, they different, but a lot of times I use them the same. But breaking structure. Let me go down to a daily. A breaking structure, right? What a breaking structure is. Here we go. Here we go. Break it. This is what I see as a breaking structure, right? So let's say we coming down, we consolidating right here, right? Because everybody know the market can only do three things. It can go up, it can go down, it can consolidate, right? So we consolidating right here. So we start going down, right? Right? Right here, we have a temporary shift in sentiment right here, right? That's your shift. That's your sentiment shift. You going down, you bearish, bearish, bearish. You start moving back, right? Bullish. You start moving back bullish, right? Yes, it's public, Lex. Get off my live, Lex. It's public. We already addressed that elephant. You have a shift in sentiment right here, breaking this high. And you really ain't got to break a high, but you got this shift in sentiment breaking this high right here, and then you keep going down, right? So the overall trend is bearish or down, right? And then AIG, it said my battery about to die, so I'm about to get off. If you want to keep hearing this, go to YouTube. Gone. Hey, so what was I saying? Oh yeah. So shifting breaking structure. That's what we're doing. So you come down right here. You got a shift in sentiment right here, making this swing high right there, right? We going down, falling, shifting sentiment, make a swing high, falling, right? Now, if you notice, when we start coming back up, right? If you look at this, the high of this swing high right there, right? We coming down, shifting sentiment, make a swing high, come down, and then we come back up. We go above that swing high right there that I marked out. Y'all can't see that candle. Wick, there you go. We go above that right there. That's the breaking structure right there. Where's my arrow? Where's my arrow tool? Lex, what arrow tool? Arrow. That's the breaking structure right there. Boom. Y'all get it? That's the breaking structure right there. That's what a breaking structure is. Again, if it don't line up with what Wikipedia say, this the way Lil Timmy Rogers see it. If y'all ain't see the thumb, let me show you the thumbnail. In case you ain't see the thumbnail says, inside the mind of Lil Timmy Rogers. It don't say inside the mind of Wikipedia. It says inside the mind of Lil Timmy Rogers. I need to make a favorites bar. I got a favorites bar up here, right there. Right? So that's the breaking structure right there. Okay, so and it could be to the upside or to the downside. Let's do it to the downside, right? So here we go. We made a swing low right here. We got a swing low right here, and we start trading up. Do. We're going up, we consolidating, then we drop. Look at that. This gap down was the breaking structure, right? that gap down broke structure right there, right? And I rate my structure breaks with like where the candle closes, right? I rate my structure breaks with like where the candle closes, right? So looking at this breaking structure right here. Let's come. I'm glad I said that. Let's look at this breaking structure right here, right? And then I'm gonna put a line right there. So we came down. Whoop. We made a swing low right here. Make the sound. Whoop. Made a swing low, right? Then we came down and we had a breaking structure right there. But look where the candle closed it, right? We had a breaking structure. We ran liquidity, but look where the candle closed at, right? That's why back here, when I was talking about, I won't believe that we want to keep going up until we close above this right here. The reason why I was saying that is because this breaking structure, right? This breaking structure, after we started pushing back up right here, I mean, this break, why I said I think we're gonna go back up, but I want to see us close above this right here because this breaking structure closed above this low and it closed within this body, right? That's why I was like, okay, this breaking structure is just a liquidity run, and I think we're gonna start pushing back up, but I won't believe we really gonna push up until we get a closure above this right here, a breaking structure to the upside with a closure up there, right? And then that's why I was still bullish up to this area. Then everybody know what happened here. We consolidating, waiting on the Fed, ran into all that bad news Trump chart, and it blast off to the downside, right? Always let the market show you what you want to do. Everything is just probability. Now, right, looking at this right here, this breaking structure here, we gapped down, right, and we closed below here, right? So this break is showing me that it wanted to keep going down, right? Because we closed below the breaking structure. You see what I'm saying? We broke structure and we closed below the low. So I'm like, okay, we want to keep pushing down. Let's see how low we want to go. And I had my box down there, and I was like, okay, this the target I want to see us get to. I done deleted my box. Y'all remember when y'all came in, it was a box down here. We kissed the box, then we started pushing back up, right? Now, let's look at this breaking structure right here. Now we just broke structure again to the upside, right? We broke structure right here to the upside, and we closed above this break, filling in this gap. So that's giving me the sentiment of we want to continue up. How far up will we go? My first target is the next imbalance, right? The next full gap. We got a full gap, full daily gap right here. The next target is the full gap. Just like before when we was coming up, my target was this full gap. Anybody that, you know what I'm saying? I always target the different pools of liquidity. The pools of liquidity, I'll get into that in a minute. I'm glad I said that. My next target would be this gap. You know what I'm saying? If we get up here and we still showing bullishness, my next target would be these relative equal highs right here. We're going to get into, that's another one that we're going to get into. All right, that's breaking structure. That's breaking structure. Now, liquidity. Since I was talking about that, when I say liquidity, I'm looking at areas where stop losses are tucked away, and I'm looking at areas of imbalance. That's the only thing I'm talking about when I talk about liquidity. That's something that I learned from ICT. Y'all gonna hear me say that a lot. That's something I learned from ICT because The only thing I trade these days. Like I say, shout out all the people that I learned stuff about futures from. But the only thing I trade these days is stuff that I learned from ICT, right? 2022 mentorship. Everything you want to know about how little Timmy Rogers trade. If you come watch these 40 videos right there, you would have my whole trading style these days, right? So liquidity. This area right here that I got marked out, there's liquidity sitting in there. Well, Tim, how do you know that? I know that, little Timmy Rogers, because it's a full gap down. A whole lot of limit orders got skipped. So guess what's sitting there? Is willing participants to buy or sell or whatever they limit order is, a sell stop, a buy stop, or whatever kind of stop in there. So if it's coming up right there, it's going to be a buy stop. So you got a buy stop right there. You got limit orders right there for people who went long down here. They got a limit sell order right there for people who whatever. They just got orders right there, right? They got sell stops and sell orders. That's liquidity, money. When you hear me say something about liquidity, I'm talking about money, right? Another area that liquidity will be tucked up under a swing low. Like, you know what I'm saying? The swing low at the start of the price leg, right? That's another one I just show you real quick. This is the price leg, right? When you hear me say price leg, from the low of a move to the high of the move, that's a price leg, right? From here to there, that's a price leg. That it's price legs within price legs. That's a price leg right there. You see what I'm saying? That's a price leg. It should depend on, you know what I'm saying, what low and what high you looking at, right? So the start of the price leg. So let's just say if you went short right here at this consolidation, when it broke the consolidation right here, let's say you went short this day right here. You went short on the 8th, right? Where is your stop? You shorted down here, right? You sold the market down. Where is your buy stop gonna be sitting? Your buy stop gonna be sitting above these equal highs, right? Your buy stop gonna be up there. So your buy stop is gonna be tucked up behind these relative equal highs. So guess what? It's liquidity sitting right up here above 41.17. It's liquidity up there, right? All these buy stops, sell, all these buy stops or sell limits or whatever it is that's in this little spot that got skipped right here, it's liquidity. All in this area right here, right? Up under swing lows. It's like right here. It was liquidity. When I said it just ran liquidity, this green candle right here, there was stops. Right? They bought it up. It was sell stops sitting up under here. On this day here, they ran them stops and wicked back up off it. That was just a stop run. That was a stop run because it didn't close down here. If it would have closed down here, then I would have been like, ooh, that's a good structure break right there because they closed below it. That's just a stop run. It's a temporary break instruction. That's why I say I rank my breaks instruction. That's a temporary breaking structure. When it closed below it, that's a little bit more permanent, and I'm thinking it's going to try to continue in that same direction. That's how I rank them. Hope I ain't losing nobody. But liquidity be tucked up under swing lows. The start of the leg, they tuck it up under here. They tuck the liquidity up above equal highs or equal lows. You know what I'm saying? And they tuck the liquidity above swing highs. When I'm talking about liquidity, that's what I'm talking about. It's at highs, it's at lows. And it be liquidity behind daily highs too. It be behind daily, even though a daily high may not be a swing high or a swing low, a daily high and a daily low, people tuck liquidity behind those too. You see what I'm saying? Even though it may not be a swing high, but that daily high, it be liquidity tucked there behind it. You know what I'm saying? For like people that be trading, like doing like overnight swings and stuff like that right there, intraday, You know what I'm saying? The day high, day low, that be where they put their stops at. You know what I'm saying? So it be liquidity tucked up under there. So under them highs, under the swing highs, above the swing highs, above the highs, below the swing lows, below the lows, in full gaps, in fair value gaps. That's where the liquidity be. When you hear me talking about liquidity, that's what I'm talking about. That's the, oh, shout out Andreas Mendez with the super chat. I appreciate you on the super chat. You ain't say nothing, but I appreciate you. Much love for the support. What else? What I was talking about? I said liquidity. I said breaking structure. I said fair value gaps. I said I just said I was gonna talk about something. What did I just say? What was I just about to say? I said I was gonna mention that too. Cause I said liquidity. Golly. Who remember what I said? Baby, you remember what I said? What's up, Tranisha? This the mind of little Timmy Rogers. Inside the mind of little Timmy Rogers. Golly, I just said something. I said I was talking. Oh, equal highs, equal lows. That's what it was. Relative equal highs, relative equal lows, right? If you see this area of consolidation right here, right? Those are relative equal highs. Because if you look, it's like pretty much ain't nobody blasting outside of this range. These are relative equal lows. Ain't nobody blasting outside of the range. They're relative because they're not the exact same price. You know what I'm saying? Like this one here, this low is 406.93, and this low right next to it is 4704. You know what I'm saying? It's a few cent off. Like this one over here is 4761. It's a few cent off, but those are relative equal lows. You see what I'm saying? You can get relative equal lows that's in a tight consolidation like this right here. This is over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. You know what I'm saying? That's 8 days of consolidation. You got relative equal highs and relative equal lows. You can also get relative equal highs and equal lows over a period of time, right? These are relative equal highs, equal lows. That ain't no large period of time. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. But see, it came here, but it came back relatively equal to that right there. That's over 5 days. You can also get it over a range of time. Like, let's find some right here. Like this low, all the way over here. At what date is that? Get out the way, add. This low on December 21st, 2020, right, is at 362.03. And then this low right here on June 17th, 2022 is at 362.17, right? And if I bump them up against it, let me put a line there. I'm going to put a line on this one out here. Boop. See right there? Those are relative equal lows, but that's over a humongous amount of time. Look at that right there. Look, and then peep this. Look what the market has done from December 2020, right? It took off. Then it ran out of gas. We done erased everything that we did from December 21st, 2020. It's like 2021 never happened in the stock market. It's like we erased an entire year in 6 months. You bless me when I asked you how to learn how to read price action like you on IG. Oh, that was you. Okay, then appreciate you. I told you it was a cousin that pulled up and asked me that. That was you. Appreciate you for tapping in, man. Yeah. So you can have relative equal lows and equal highs over a broad range of time. You can have relative equal lows, equal highs over 8 days. You can have, Tim just gave us the word of the week. John Mondays. Okay then. So that's equal lows and equal highs. Liquidity be resting below equal lows and equal highs. That's why I target those right there. All right, so um everybody favorite catchword is order blocks and breakers. That's everybody's favorite catchword. How does an order block, breaker 19, order block. Everybody want to learn order blocks and breakers, right? I learned that from ICT too. This is just my take on it, right? This is my take on it. This don't mean that it's right. This how I look for it, right? This is how I look for it, right? So, Pete, we got you got to have a sentiment. You got to have a sentiment. You got to have a bias. You got to have a bias, meaning like either upside or downside, right? You got to have a trend. You got to have a trend, a bias, a shift in sentiment, and a fair value gap. You need all of that right there to make the order block. This is just how I see. If it don't line up with how you believe what ICT say, if you come over here to the ICT channel, look at 2020 mentorship, get it from the horse's mouth. But this is just how I see it, right? So that's why you always hear me say a potential order block, a potential this right here, because it ain't no guarantee that it's gonna be that, right? So here we go. It can be one candle, it can be two candles, it can be three candles. Let me go lower. It's easier to find on the lower time frames. Then you can find it on the daily, but it's easier to find on the. I hate how what's name look when I go lower. Then let me open up my Ninja Trader, cause I love trading view, but I don't like how the charts look once I go lower than the daily. Like I like how they look on the weekly, the daily, but when I go down to like the hourly, it just I don't know, it just do something to my nerves. It just I don't know. I just don't like how it look no more. Okay, so let's look at it right here. I'm drop down real low, 15 minutes, so I can give a good example. I open up my Ninja Trader. So there you go. Ninja Trader up now. Let me show you on Ninja Trader. Make sure y'all can still see all that. Get out my way, Ninja Trader box. Make sure y'all can still see all that. Boom. Boom. Okay. So, order blocks. Right? I already told you about the sentiment and the trend and all that right there, right? So, boom. We're looking at the ES. The E-measy for sheezy. All right. So, here we go. When you're looking at it, let's come here. You got to have a gap. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Here we go, right here. So, we're coming up here, right? Right now. The momentum, the overall momentum, this time frame, let's chop off this end right here. Gonna chop off all this right here. Boop. So your overall momentum, trend, whatever, to the upside. We going up, right? 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 We going up. Boom. The overall to the upside, right? So let's just go right here. We're gonna go right here. When you see this here, we're going up, going up, going up, going up, right? Then we got the shift in sentiment right here. Boom. You see how we shift down right here? Right? So we go up, temporary shift in sentiment. Then we got 2 hours shifted right here, right? When we start trading back up through it, this shift, we got us a fair value gap right there. inside that little area there, right? Yielding that the possibility of being one, right? Let's find a back because we had the overall up, we shifted, come back through, we got the gap, giving us the possibility of being one, right? Same thing here. We got the up momentum right here, right? It's moving up, shifting sentiment. When we trade back through it, this is a better one because we trade back through it, blast through it with some authority, leave a fair value gap, leaving these down close candles right here, the possibility to be an order block. So when it trades back to it, it goes. You see what I'm saying? Leaving the possibility. So you got your trend, you got your shift in sentiment, right? Right there, and this right here is triply more effective on it because with the trend you took some liquidity. Trend took liquidity, shift in sentiment, blast off, fair value gap, trade back to it. So that's a superly thick potential order block right there because the trend took liquidity, kept going, shifting sentiment. When you traded through the shift, left a fair value gap right there, traded back into the potential order block, then you took off again, right? And then I'm glad I'm talking about that right there because these different ways you can trade this stuff. So if you trade the breaking structure, right? You broke this right here is the breaking structure. I'm just gonna go right into how to trade the stuff since I'm on here. How to trade the breaking structure, right? This is your breaking structure, right? There you go. This I'm gonna use the full swing, the full thing here, because you got the structure, the official structure break on this last high right here. But since it's so close there, I'm just gonna use all of these as equal highs, right? Equal highs right there. So now these hourly time frames, right? So you can pretty much consolidating. You break the structure, right? Once the structure get broken, right? If you trade in the breaking structure, you want to wait until it revisits that breaking structure to take the trade. So when it take the breaking structure up here, right? Boom. That's your first entry right there. Boom. That's your first entry right there. And it's giving you, it's giving you all kind of good entries. You got the breaking structure, right? You got the fair value gap right there after you broke out. So you come back to a fair value gap entry. This candle, this 1900 candle, that's the entry on that right there. So it gave you 2 opportunities to get long right there. And then if you missed it that day, 2 days later, it gave you another opportunity off that same breaking structure right here during the London. Came back to that same breaking structure during the London and took off. Because on this structure break right here, on this structure break, your stop loss would be down here up under this swing low. Now, you got the risk management is important. So if your risk tolerance don't allow for you to put your stop loss all the way down here, you wouldn't take this breaking structure trade on a 60-minute time frame, right? Never take that trade on a 60-minute time frame. You take your entries based off your risk to reward. So if you're looking at this 60-minute breaking structure, you might want to break down to a lower time frame to give you a better entry. Once you break, let's put a box around that right there. I'm getting all over the place now. We're gonna put a box around this candle right here. We're gonna look at that area right there, and we're gonna look, see if we can get a better entry than on the 60-minute time frame, because that's where it broke structure on the 60-minute time frame. Boom, we're gonna jump down to 15-minute. Jump down to 15-minute. Jump down to 15-minute. Okay. On the 15-minute time frame. Right? On the 15-minute time frame, here we go. We broke structure right here. We broke it on the hourly, but looking at the 15-minute, we broke structure here, right? So boom, broke structure right there, left a fair value gap right there. So now on the 15-minute, After you broke that structure, you got a fair value gap right there. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You're looking for your entry right here, right? You can put a stop below here if you want to. You got a little bit more risk, you can put it below there. But when you start getting down here, you're getting right back to the same risk tolerance on the hourly. So these are your areas, because this is where you broke the structure at right here, and that's your fair value gap right there. So you're looking for it to come back in. Boom. It came back in there. You in the trade. You still in the trade. You still good. Your stop loss down here. You still good. You still good. You got close to your stop loss. You got a little bit of sweat, but you still good, because your stop loss either here or your stop loss down here under these equal lows. Either one of them, that's your stop loss. If you got more risk, your stop loss there. If you got the same risk from the hourly, your stop loss down here. But either way it go, you still good. You still good. You still good. You off to the races. Boom. There you go. That's how you trade the breaking structure. And then I was looking. That was the fair value gap that I was pointing at. Breakers. Another catchphrase everybody want to know about is breakers, right? I ain't no king at breakers. It took me forever to get my head wrapped around breakers. I ain't gonna pretend like I understand breakers fully. But out of the words ICT, a breaker is when you make a, let me see. I used to see one on the daily chart over here. Cause I ain't no breaker trader, and I ain't gonna hold you and pretend like, oh yeah, I can spot breakers immediately. That ain't me. I ain't gonna lie to you like that. But when he was saying, it's like you make the low, the high, the lower low, right? And then when you come up and split that high right there, the high that's in the middle, the high in the middle of the two lows, once you push past that, that becomes the breaker. Extend that high out in time. That's out the mouth of ICT. If you don't see it like that, don't care. Don't care. I got my snap on. Let me turn my snap off. Don't care if you don't see it like that. Cause that's what he said out his mouth. He said you make a low, you make a high, make a low. When you break through that high, extend that high out in time. That's the breaker. That's what he said. If other people see it other ways, I don't care. I'm telling you what he said on the 2022 mentorship. I'm not a breaker trader. I ain't gonna play like I know it all. But that's what ICT said a break is, because people all be like, what's a breaker? What's an order block? What's it? I'm better with order blocks. I understand order blocks. I don't understand breakers. I just look at breaking structure. I look at fair value gaps. I look at those like my entries. I think that's everything I wanted to say, man. I think that's everything I wanted to say. What y'all saying in the chat? How long I've been on here for an hour and I'm sweating. That's never traded futures, but couldn't use this for options. Yeah. That's what I use for options. I look at everything I do. I trade. I primarily trade the spot. I'm a primarily swing trader who trade the spot. I just turned off my. God dog it. Am I back on? Can y'all hear me? Okay, I'm sorry. I hit the button to turn my camera off. I'm primarily spot. That's what the spider gang is. Oh, I got options right there. See, if you can't see it, see that's how I see. See how I spell it? I'm looking at the green screen. SPYDER, spider gang. That's what it stands for. See the spider got spy on there, right there. See spy, SPY, because I trade the spy. I primarily trade the spy. I swing options on the spy, but I watch the ES to make my entries on the spy. So will it work for like individual stocks, IDK. I haven't back tested that. You got to do that yourself. But hot flashes. Okay. Hey, what y'all talk about in the chat, man? I'm about to jump off in a minute. Like I always do on every live, I put the link in the chat. If anybody wanna yeah, I was looking for the fan. I got the fan on, Larry. I put the link in the chat. So if anybody wanna pull up and share some thoughts, if anybody wanna pull up and ask something, if anybody wanna pull up and say anything, the link is in the chat. I'm gonna give it a couple minutes to see if anybody pull up. I'm gonna give it a couple minutes to see if anybody got any questions. Just to readdress the elephant that's in the room for the people who came in later. For the price action reviews, I made an IG group, and I only do the price action reviews live with a select group of people because back on Father's Day / Juneteenth / my vacation, there was a whole lot of debauchery afoot, and people started attacking me. You know what I'm saying? Calling me a scammer, telling me I shouldn't be doing this on Juneteenth, and I'm dividing the community. I got ticked off and said, excuse me, I wasn't doing Tim's Tidbit no more. My wife and some supportive cousins, you know what I'm saying, showed me the error of my ways. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do it in a way that protects my peace. So I made an IG group, and the IG only let me put 32 people in the group, including myself. And I said, I ain't trying to text out 5 million texts to tell people to pull up. So I made the group. That's all IG let me put in there. So out of them 31 other people, if people be lacking and not pulling up to the lives, I start rotating cousins out. I started with the names that I know from the day one. I started with the day one names I know from the beginning. If you're not in there and you feel like you a day one, I can only put 31 other people in the group. If I notice that all 31 people ain't pulling up, I start rotating people out and adding other people in. But y'all IG names don't be the same as y'all YouTube names, so I don't know who y'all. But I don't see nobody pulling up. I don't see nobody saying nothing. Here to learn and share. You set that date yet? Kelvo, I put you in there. Didn't I put you in there, Kev? Are you up to no good in the wood? Cause there's two of y'all that be getting on my nerve. Both of y'all Kev. So which are you up to no good in the wood, or what's your IG name? Cause I'm telling you, I got 31 people in there. It don't be 31. Hey, Red, am I lying? Red be in there. Here to learn and share be in there. It don't be 31 people in there. I'm finna start snatching people out. What's your I got to put Brittany in there because I put the wrong person in. Brittany was what is it? I put beautiful but flawless beautiful, and hers was flawless. Brittany, if you in here, put your thing in there again so I can see. It was flawless something. I put the wrong flawless in there. I put the wrong flawless in there. Gerald, I ain't see what's your y'all hit me on IG and DM me on IG and tell me what your YouTube name is, and then if you end up coming out, that means you wasn't pulling up, and if you don't get put in, that's it. Flawless imperfection. I'm gonna do yours right now, Brittany, cause you day one. Now, I ain't doing everybody right now, so don't get happy. You day one, Brittany. I'm doing yours right now. I'm finna kick somebody out. It ain't nothing personal. You just ain't been pulling up. Where my group at? Spider Gang. Information. Okay. But have I seen Boogie in there? Boogie, you might be about to get kicked out. Briscoe, Rose, Taz, I ain't seen you pull up. Taz, you gone. Ain't nothing personal. I ain't seen you pull up, Taz. Out of there. Brittany, you in. Where Brittany at? Ain't nothing personal, Taz. I just ain't seen you pull up over the last few days. Add person to the group. Ain't nothing personal, Taz. Brittany, day one. What's that? What was it? Flaws. Flawless perfection. Flawless wait a minute. What was it, Brittany? What did Brittany just say, baby? Was it flawless? What was it? Clarence, put that back up there. What was it? I can't even see what it was. Stacks, flawless imperfection, 22. That's why I ain't put you in there, because it don't say Brittany. I saw that name. It don't say Brittany. It say something else. See that? You see what I be talking about, y'all? Stacks, what's your IG? Gerald _ King J _ King J. Let me see who else. Let me see who else ain't been pulling up so I can kick them out. BD, Craig, Delvin. This the one I thought was Brittany. They coming out. I thought that was Brittany. What is it? You say you DM me, Stacks? Oh, that's who that is. See, Kel, I thought that was on. That's who that is. See, Kel, you be with the names, man. You should have been. You see that? Hey, man, I said I wasn't doing everybody. Y'all got me doing everybody. Hey, DM me if I end up putting you in. That mean I snatched somebody out. If I didn't put you in, everybody kick me out. I'm pulling up at. VD say you kicked me out. I'm pulling up at the presentation in Columbus. Well, come on, Cletus. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all, man. I've been on here for an hour and 15 minutes. What's the day? Saturday? Yeah. So for the live group, I see y'all live at 9 o'clock on Monday. And then I post as soon as I get done, I post it. So if you're not in the live group and you want to see it, I post it as soon as I get done with the live group. I just do it with the live group the small group, just to, cause I ain't got time for the foolishness. I appreciate y'all, man. I see y'all Monday. Gone.